I've seen a lot of people take interest in my optimization guides, but what good is an optimization guide if you're not actually optimizing the game to top performance? Well, we're going to jump into it, and here is your part 2 of Crimson Desert. In order to give her the beans, you have to do some things first. So jump into Armory Crate and go into the Performance tab. Once you're in the Performance tab, you want to change your TDP to 22, 22, 27. Once you do that, you go down to the GPU settings. You make sure that says 8 gigabytes. If it doesn't, you're doing it wrong. Here we go. Now you go down this list and you make sure everything is checked off. The reason why, it causes stuttering. I have a video on that for the future, so subscribe if you want to stay up to date with all that information. We also have CPU settings. Now I know this is scary for some, but it's not that scary. Just do it, okay? Just trust me on this. You have your P core, which is 3, which is the only one it can be set to. You have your, well, the highest one it can be set to. You have your E core set to 3. I raised it from 5. I lowered some of the P cores because it's just sucking up too much power. I'm not okay with that. Once you're done with that, exit Armory Crate and jump into Crimson Desert. If you followed part 1, go ahead and look for the chapter, skip to the next chapter. That's where we left off if you don't want to go back through the beginning of it. If you haven't seen my last video and you want to see it, I'm going to leave an annotation right there for you. But I'm also going to start from day 1 scratch. We're actually going to make it seem like that video doesn't exist, and we're going to go forward from here. First things you need to do is check out your settings. Go to your settings. Resolution, you're going to change it to 900p. Then you're going to turn on FSR. 3.1, if you don't have it on, turn it on. If you have it on and it goes to performance, make sure it goes to balance. That's where we want to be. We want the game to look and feel the best it can actually feel. Then we want to go down to FSR frame gen. We want to turn it on, and henceforth, it'll give you only 2 frames generated, or every other frame generated. And then it'll keep anti-lag on. What you want to do is just leave it alone. Do not change it. Anti-lag is good for first person or single player games. We want to go ahead and go to the next settings. We want to go to our presets and we want to change it to medium. So you're going to start off in like low, go to medium. We want to change the model quality. We want to leave it at medium. We want to change the dispersion scale down to medium. We want to change the texture quality to high because we want it to look really, really good. Shadow quality, we want to bring that down to low so we can actually play. Ray tracing, we don't need it. It's an Xbox Ally X. Like, we really don't need ray tracing. Just go ahead and turn it off. Lighting quality, we're going to bring that down to low because that's going to suck all our GPU power. Reflection quality, we're going to leave it at medium. Advanced water effects, we're going to leave that off. We're going to change the water quality. We're going to leave it to medium. We're going to leave the foliage we're actually going to change foliage density to low because in the towns, you don't want to lag, or during a boss fight, you don't want to lag because of the foliage. Volumetric fog quality, we're going to turn it down. It just puts a fog overlay when it's snowy or windy or rainy. You just have this fog effect. You really don't need it. It still looks good without it. And the effect quality, we're going to turn down to low because during boss fights, we don't want to spike, or we don't want to dip in our FPS down to like 40 frames per second. We want to keep that relevant for what we're playing. And the simulation quality, we want to turn it down all the way to medium so that when we're in the village, we don't lag because people are around. We don't want a high population or a dense village with a dense population to actually affect our gameplay. And then the post-processing quality effect is going to be fine. We're going to hit apply on all that information. We're going to make sure that we got it locked in. Then we're going to go back and we're going to check out our frames. First, your frames are going to dip and then they're going to rise drastically. So we're looking at about 62 frames per second. You can see that we're not hitting a bottleneck. We're at 5693, which is perfect. We want our GPU to be a little bit higher than our CPU. But as we get into more dense populations, you're going to see that boost, that CPU just kick into gear and just take over. Then you see our battery life. Then you see our temperature. We're sitting at a cool 61 degrees, which is the main focus of having a handheld device. You do not want to brick it because of power. More power does not mean more gooder. That is just wrong 100%. Then you have your VRAM, which is only 8 gigabytes, which is what I told you my sweet spot was, which is what you need. We set a TDP for 22, 22, 27. It's running 22. Perfect. I love it. Then you got your FPS running at about 60, 270, sometimes dipping below 60, but because we have frame gen, it's not going to actually affect it. Anti-lag is actually going to boost it, make it feel smooth as butter. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and get into a fight. And I'm going to show you what this thing's capable of doing. So we're going to run until we're out of energy. Oh, look, guards. Hey, guards, I got a question. Have you ever got cut open? Okay, here we go. All right, let's back up. All right, here we go. Whoop. Ooh, get him. I turned the volume down so you can hear the fans. And obviously you can't hear the fans. And if you want to stay up to date with those most optimization tips, and you want to stay up to date with all my stuff that I'm coming out with, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because the value you're about to get is incredible. I got a video coming out about some optimization tips and tricks that's going to blow your mind. So don't forget to subscribe, and also enjoy the game while you got it. Look at 62 frames. I'm just walking around enjoying the scenery. Look at how beautiful that looks. Oh my God, dude. If you don't like this game, if you're not optimized like this, if you're still rocking the 720 setup that I gave you with 90 frames per second with that headroom, and you're not doing this, you're missing out. Thanks for watching. Adios.